I've bought 9 different milks: oat milk, almond milk, hazelnut milk, hemp milk, rice milk, soy milk, coconut milk, full fat Jersey, and standard semi-skim. And I'm going to test them across 4 major categories. That's value for money, sustainability, health and nutrition, and of course, taste. Now we're going to do taste across 3 different methods: just as a drink, milk on its own; also what it's like in a cup of tea, which is a major benchmark. That's a hard no. And then thirdly, what it's like with cereal. That's not milk, right? Once we've done this, you'll be able to work out which one's best for you in your lifestyle. So which one's going to win? Place your bets.
When I was a kid, the words lactose intolerant were as common as a Tory government that actually takes proactive steps on the environment. If you wanted anything other than cow milk, you had to go to a dusty old health food store that was full of hippies. 99% of people got their milk delivered on these electronic high-tech vehicles called milk floats. You simply didn't buy milk in the supermarkets. The stats around milk are absolutely huge. In the UK, 63% of people drink tea or coffee on a regular basis, and many of those people take it with milk. Every year we drink 3.8 billion litres of beer, 13.9 billion litres of soft drinks, and 14.9 billion litres of milk. Before doing this experiment, I asked on Instagram what are the most common ways that people use milk, and there were 18 common things, from pancakes to porridge and cakes and ice cream.
I bought all of these in Waitrose because they seem to have the largest variety of different types of milk, because they cater to middle-class white people who somehow develop the largest amount of intolerances out of any population group. Wonder why that is. Here's what they all cost based on 1 litre. £1.11, £1.70, £2.35, so £2.35. You got it, £2.35, £2.20, £2, £2.20, £1.75. So standard cow milk is actually the cheapest by a long way. Cow milk shouldn't be that cheap. First up, ask any farmer if they're getting paid enough money. They're not going to say yes. Secondly, cow milk is cheap as a result of agricultural subsidies and various other support that the industry has received, which, say for instance, oat milk doesn't receive. However, this part of the video is just about value for money. We're going to look at the environmental stuff later. So on that basis, cow milk wins. Jersey, hemp, and soy are the kind of like mid-range ones, and then the others are basically quite expensive. Sustainability. Which one of these products is best for the environment? That's actually quite hard to work out, unfortunately. There is no study that compares Oatly milk versus Alpro soya milk versus semi-skimmed cow milk. Secondly, we're looking at meta-analyses, which means that we're looking at the most common metrics which environmental impacts are measured by. So that's things like greenhouse gases. Cows, unfortunately, do have high environmental impacts when we look at meta-analyses, especially on greenhouse gases and water usage. So they are going to come last. Almonds use a lot of water, so I think that they're going to get pushed back as well because it's not so good. Rice also has a high water usage. It also has a high eutrophication figure, which is basically the runoff of different fertilizers and chemicals from the soil. We've still got coconut milk, however, that is a tropical crop, and in general, tropical crops are going to have a higher environmental impact than, say, things that we can grow in arable farming systems in the UK, so I think we're going to knock coconut out here as well. So we've got soy, hemp, and oat left. Oh, we're going to knock out hazelnut. I struggled to find much information on hazelnut, to be honest with you. Now, interestingly, the European Environmental Agency did a study and it ranked hemp as one of the top 5 most environmentally friendly crops, which is brilliant. So that's actually staying in the top 10. Oat milk is also good, and we know this can be produced in the UK, which is even better. Maybe not that brand though, but hey. And then we've got soy milk, which on this meta-analysis is the most environmentally friendly. So on that basis, we're going with soy at number 1, hemp number 2, and oat at number 3. Okay, so let's look at health and nutrition. This is a complete minefield. We're going to start off with cow milk. People have been drinking this for thousands of years. Cleopatra famously bathed in milk and honey. We're going to use that as our starting point, and then we're going to see what other information we can find on health and nutrition for all of these other milks. There is no single study that compares all of these different 9 types of milk that I've got here. I did find one meta-analysis that looked at a lot of animal and plant-based milks, although it still wasn't everyone here. And in their conclusion, they said, a review of studies on milk products and chronic diseases found a lack of evidence on commercially available plant-based milks and disease endpoints. The authors conclude that plant-based milks and dairy milk are categorically different food products with dissimilar nutrient profiles. The authors are essentially saying that if you take your cow milk and you replace it with something like rice milk, it's a bit like buying a hamburger, taking the patty out and replacing it with a banana. It's still a hamburger, but it's a different type of hamburger, that's for sure. It tastes quite nice too. Another recent study found that 90% of plant-based milks lack the same nutrients as cow's milk. This study was carried out in America, and it's interesting to note that in America they do often supplement cow's milk with additional nutrients, which is interesting because they do that with plant-based milks as well. So in fact, all of these products may well have been supplemented. So that actually makes them more equivalent in some ways. If you do buy a plant-based milk, you want to look for one that's fortified with micronutrients. For example, this soy milk, this has got D2, riboflavin, B12 and calcium. They're good things to have in your milk. Many of these could also be classified as ultra-processed foods. However, in this instance, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because they're very simple products, they're not something you're going to binge on. No one sat down and just chugged 2 litres of hazelnut milk just because it was so moreish. I really wouldn't get hung up on that. I am supposed to be choosing a winner, so let's look at the micro and macronutrients of all of these. I did find a load of meta-analyses that looked at the nutritional profile of loads of different milks, although not necessarily these specific products that I have here on the table. I'm going to put a load of graphs up on the screen now. If you pause, if you want to see any of these show you how some of the different nutrient levels of the different products compare to each other. This Jersey milk contains 80 calories per 100 grams. This almond milk contains only 15 calories per 100 ml. They are simply not comparable in terms of energy content. This is basically mildly nutty water, whereas this is quite a high fat product. They're fundamentally different products. Some of these products have quite nicely rounded nutritional profiles. Rice milk, for example, is not one of those. It has the second highest calories out of any of these products after this, and most of those calories are from carbohydrates. It has a small amount of protein, has a little bit of fiber, not much else. It's basically a low-fat carbohydrate drink. Soy milk, which is obviously the oldest plant-based milk that you're going to find anywhere, does come in really strong. It's got a really well-balanced nutrient profile on the macronutrients. It's a good all-rounder. It really does beat all the others in terms of supplying you with what you need to live a healthy life. In general, the nut milks are a little bit weak in terms of nutritional profile, so they're kind of coming quite a long way back. Oat and hemp are going to go around there somewhere. Rice milk, sorry, but you are just such a loser. Cow's milk are good. High fat, not sure that's something we really want to be promoting for the long term, so we're going to give that a bit of a mark back. That's good. The winners here on health and nutrition, soy and semi-skimmed, equal first. Those two are winners. Taste test, we're going to try a little bit of each one and see how they taste, just literally on their own. Plant milk. Ooh. Damn, they look so different. Sweeter. I mean, it looks like chocolate milk, doesn't it? Ooh, nutty. Ugh. Oh yeah, that is sweet. Tastes like custard. Tastes like coconut. And semi-skimmed. The nut ones, hard no, because basically that's a coconut drink, that's a hazelnut drink, that's an almond drink. They are not milk. Hemp, odd. Rice, way too sweet. Soya was okay, but a bit weird. Oat was okay. That I was disappointed with. That I'm just used to it because I was raised on that as a kid. So first taste test, those three. Soy, oat, and semi-skimmed. Time for taste test round 2. Can you see that? It's separated, so that's bad. That looks rank. No one wants to drink that. No, that's a hard no too. That's okay. Tastes too much like tea still. It doesn't add the creaminess that you want. That's weird. That's okay. Very thin, doesn't add much flavor. Okay, but tastes like soy. No, that's a bit weird actually. I mean, it's all right. You can't beat cow milk in tea. Simple as that. I think oat milk would actually come second if I had to choose. Jersey third, soy milk fourth. And third up in the taste test is cereal. Now I'm going to use bran flakes because, well, I eat them. But secondly, they're one of the most neutral cereals. I don't want something like Frosties where they're so sweet. Start here again. That was nice. No, doesn't work so well. That's not milk, right? That's a hazelnut drink. So sugary. Oh, it's quite good actually. No. For the cereal round, I am going to put that in first place. That tastes good, that's second, and coconut is third. So how did everything score? Let's go through the actual results. Value for money was cow milk was the winner because it is so cheap compared to the others. Then I scored a bunch of products in second place. and that was Jersey, hemp, and soy. So I'm giving 3 points to that, and then I'm giving 2 points to each of the ones that came in second place. Then next up, we've got the sustainability round. In this one, soy was the winner, with hemp in second place and oat in third. When it came to health and nutrition, we had equal first place, that was cow milk and soy milk. I didn't actually give a third place in health and nutrition because it's so complicated, the range of different health and nutrition markers. So the last round was taste, and we did 3 tests here. The first one was, how does this product taste like on its own? And we ended up with actual equal first places with cow's milk, soy milk, and oat milk. Second taste was in a cup of tea, and this is a really important one, and cow's milk won that one. Second place was oat milk, which I was surprised at. I didn't think I liked that in tea, but that worked well. And in third place was the Jersey milk, getting a little surprise performance there. The last one was with cereal. How do these all taste with cereal? Rice milk, you get a step back because you basically are as sweet as a can of Coke. Interestingly, this contains more carbohydrate per 100 ml than a can of Coke does. First place was milk, second place was oat milk, and third place was coconut, making another little surprise appearance. So how do the numbers all add up? Well, in reverse order, we've got Jersey milk gets 2 points in last place. Oat milk gets 3 points. Soy milk gets 9 points. And cow milk gets 9 points. So we've got equal winners here. Soy milk and cow milk, which to me is brilliant. If you're looking at nutrition, get these two. If you're looking at taste, then some of these other ones could be really worth considering. But at the end of the day, they're flavored drinks.